goes out to my mother, Beverly K. Jacobs.
Dear Heavenly Parents, we come to you in prayer saying thank you for everything you have done for us. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the food. Thank you for the drink. Thank you for the roof over our head, the clothes on our back. Thank you for the opportunity and the things you have given to us and the benefits in order to take care of us. And we just thank you for your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, your growth as we continue on in the progress that you have given unto us. We pray that you continue to watch over us, strengthen us with your spirit, your Holy Spirit, and your spirit of truth as we go into your word. In your name, we pray forever and ever. Hallelujah. Amen. Vengeance is mine. Say, vengeance. Vengeance. Now, y'all always say that. You probably heard y'all say that many times. Vengeance is mine. Because a lot of people be saying, y'all don't like you taking things into your own matters and stuff like that. So they say, well, vengeance is mine. But it's not necessarily what you think it means. So today we will definitely address that when it says vengeance is mine. Right? So today, I want to go over something. I'm going to switch it up a little bit today. Because today, we normally talk about, David and Goliath and things like that. We all know the story, right? About David fighting against Goliath, right? Mm-hmm. So we talk so much about David. But today we'll switch it up. Because today we'll focus more on Goliath. For you to truly understand this, Goliath will be perfect for this story. So, well, how's Goliath? Well, let me give you a little backstory about Goliath. Now, we all know, first of all, that Goliath was a what? The things we do know. Giant, he was a giant. And that also meant that he came from a family of what? Giants. Oh. Right? Right. So, according to Goliath, roar, big, strong, right? A giant. Now, did you know that he technically was not of the armies of the Philistines? So they actually employed him. Yeah. So they actually paid him to come fight that fight. He was what they call their champion. So the armies that was fighting against Israel needed somebody to fight against them, right? So they went and sought him out. Like, we heard that they got giants, right? And it was like, okay, what are we going to use for this battle? So they actually went about their way to go find this person. And when they found them, they had to persuade him to come to the field and come to the battlefield with them. You know what I'm saying? Being part of them. And of course, we know he boasting on the field, once he finally was there. But they actually had to hire him to get him to come to the field. So the reason why I want to focus on him is because actually, put yourself in Goliath's shoes. Now, he would have still been alive today. Not saying that he wasn't a bad person. He was going to die anyway, right? He's a giant. But it sucked for him, didn't it? Right? To sit there and these people pay you all this money to come out on this field, and you go with them to this battle, and then get out there, and then you lose what? You lose. No, we didn't lose. We just didn't lose. You lost your life. He was the only one died that day. Could you see that? It's like I say now, we will switch and we will switch gears and we will put ourselves in Goliath's shoes now, right? Because by him being employed, that first of all, I'll tell you, he didn't have to die that day, did he? Number two, we come to find out that wasn't his fight. Wasn't even his fight. If he got employed, that's just employing like employing an army man or something to say, "Can you come help us? Win this battle?" And he like, "Nah, I got other things to do." But they be like, "Well, we'll pay you a lot of money." Who else was in that situation that we know in the Bible that they wanted to pay a lot of money to try to go against Israel? Balaam. Balaam. See, it's the same situation. They wanted to pay him a lot of money to go against Israel. Like, he'll come help us. But Balaam, same thing. These people, it's crazy. Listen, just hear me out for a second. Balaam, for instance, he had abilities, right? Powers. He could have visions and he could talk to animals, right? Talk to the donkey. And he could see angels. And he could talk to who? Yah. Mouth to mouth, face to face. So he definitely, if they was looking to employ him, it tells you, first of all, what does it tell you? I would say the Philistines at this point would represent a family. And that family says, we're going to battle against another family. But we need some help. So let's go find somebody that can help us fight this battle and employ them, not necessarily meaning that they belong to that family, right? But if you pay them enough money, they'll probably say, "Oh, well, I'll help you fight," right? And they probably say, "Well, what do I get out of it?" Right? These are the things you're going to come to find out. These are some of the things that Goliath didn't consider. These are the same things that Balaam didn't what? Consider. I'm going to tell you what neither considered. If this family comes to you and say, "I need your help to fight this other family," what does that say about you if you was Goliath?
That you strong.
Exactly. That you are stronger than that whole family. If they coming to you for the employment. Now look at here. How is it you got this big old giant, but he's serving a family that he's stronger than? You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You are strong, a mighty man, but yet you bow to the services of a weak family. Now, don't you think that's kind of flip-flop? Because if not, when I think about it, if Goliath was stronger than that whole family, ain't it kind of reverse for him to be serving them, but much rather what? Because if he's the King Kong, what he look like serving the people? Because he's stronger than those people. But he didn't even consider his own strength, did he? Because he was blinded by the money. So that's how they tricked him to lose his life that day. If I was Goliath, I'd be mad at those people I'd be mad at myself, moreover, for allowing these people to talk me into that. You hear me? He had no fight with Israel. He was doing just fine. Till they say, well, we need your help. So it comes to find out one lesson that I had to understand about that is that strong people should never what? Bow to the what?
Weaker.
Bow to the weaker. And you allow the weaker to fight their own what?
Battle.
Let them fight their own battles. You see, they wanted him to the falsehood of it, and I come to find out, is that people with money think that they are powerful. But I tell you now, my friend, they have what? Nothing. Because they are powerless. Think about it. They have to go find the powerful what? One. And then try to what? Pay him. So in these instances, you realize that the powerful one was already the strongest. He didn't need their money. Because he was already stronger. And his life was fine. So he made a grave error, which cost him his what? His life. But I want you to understand that about yourself. When you know that you are the stronger, you don't help the weak pick a fight. You know what I mean? Because those things turn real bad for who? You. That family goes on, that little weak family goes on, because after Goliath died, I mean, they like, oh, well, the champion's down, okay, who's next? Right? Could you imagine? That's probably what they were saying, right? Well, he's dead. I mean, y'all know his brother? Anybody know his brother number? He didn't know what he was going up against, and neither did they tell him, did they? No. So Balaam fell for the same thing, being that he was powerful too. I'm trying to get you to understand that the devil family doesn't have no power. But guess what they do instead? They pay people who have the power. That's what I come to find out. Pharaoh didn't have no power, but he paid all those magicians who did have the what? The power. I'm starting to notice the trend. Starting to notice the trend. I'm going to tell you somebody else who bowed and got in trouble. Who else was strong in the Bible and gave his power up to the weak? Samson and what?
Yeah.
Delilah.
Samson and Delilah.
He gave his power up to, didn't he? To the weak. When he was the strongest in the room. Like, what are you doing? You need not to bow to them. You need not to give in to their demands when you are the strongest one in the room. Right. You don't give in to the demands of the weak when you are the strongest. You just hold your ground. We know that's why we love King Kong, because King Kong ain't never what? Bow to nobody. He like, if I'm the strongest, what I look like bowing. So, now that I got your attention, let's go into some of this stuff. That's why y'all say vengeance is mine, because that was what David told him. He said, you come to me with sticks, stones, swords, and javelins, but I come to you in the name of Yah. Watch this here. I'm going to show you. And go to 1 Samuel 17. (42). 1 Samuel 17 and 42. It says, and when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth, and ruddy, and of fair countenance. And the Philistine said unto David, talking about Goliath was that Philistine, am I a dog? See, when he first David come, he said, am I a dog that you come to me with staves? Staves mean supporting beams. Like whenever they hold up a casket, you know those little beams that the people hold on their shoulders? Yeah. That is called a stave. So we know that it is a supporting what? Beam. It's a supporting cast, basically. So that they can hold it up. So that's what, like, David, you ain't nothing more to me but just what? Like, one of those little one holding up you hold, basically, you ain't nothing but a little piece that's trying to hold up the big what? Big Yah. Big Yah supposed to be the whole thing. And it's like you were trying to hold up Israel. They put the whole world of Israel on the shoulders of what? That little boy. That's what they call him, a stick. Well, am I a dog that you bring me a stick? That's what he's saying. Am I a dog that y'all gonna just throw me a little stick? I asked for y'all king. You throw me a little stick. A little boy. A little stick boy. Right? And what does he say? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. And the Philistine said to David, come to me and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air and to the beasts of the field. Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword, see, and with a spear, and with shield. But I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the Yah of the armies of Yah, whom you have defiled. 46. This day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite you, and take away your head from you. And I will give your carcass of the hosts of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and unto the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in what? Israel. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is what? The Lord's. And he will give you into our hands. Stop right there. When he says vengeance is mine, this is what he's really saying. That for the battle is the Lord's. That's what that means. Vengeance is mine. When Yah says vengeance is mine, meaning the battle is what? Yah's. So now you got to understand what David is telling him. He's saying, you come to me with the sword, and you come to me with all this confidence in these things you have. Some people come with what? Money. Some people come with what? Guns, technology. If I got the most missiles, if I have the biggest army, they would think that's who's going to win, right? But David tells him one truth that he didn't participate. That the battle is who? So he's telling him, who brought you here? Who? Yah. The battle is who? Yah's. So vengeance is what? Yah's. He decides who goes into battle against who. That's what he didn't understand. He thought, well, I'm bigger, I'm better, I'm faster. So he thought that just should give me the victory. He didn't understand that, and I'm going to tell you now, every battle that ever been fought, Yah was there. And he decided who won. Yah decides who wins. Every battle. This is what Goliath didn't even consider. And that's what David said. That's why he said, yo, you finna lose today. Because you approach the battle as if that the victory is already given. to the fastest, to the strongest, to the tallest, to the biggest. But yeah, he's telling that none of that matters with Yah. When it comes to the battle, the arena, Yah sets the ring. And it is Yah who sets the opponents. And you're going to come to find out that Yah will put you in the ring with somebody, and Yah already know who's going to get the victory. Because Yah already determined and predetermined who was going to get that victory. So it ain't got nothing to do with what you bring to the fight. That's what Goliath didn't know.
And you gonna tell the person that person got the victory too. You gonna get like he told Moses that there was like the ones that was in when they was going into like Jericho and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was gonna get the victory.
See, yeah, Yah will tell you ahead of time you're going to get the victory. Right. And same way, like you said with Moses, he told Moses, yeah, I'm going to send you against Pharaoh and I'm going to allow you to what? Dethrone Pharaoh. I'm setting that battle. I'm setting the stage. It's not man who sets the stage for any battle. That's what you're going to come to find out. See how people be kind of always say people gnash at the teeth because people think they suck at the teeth at people. They think, oh yeah, I want to fight that person. Oh, I want to fight that person. I'm on to. No, they think it's like that. That's what people honestly think. You can pick somebody to fight, and you're gonna get your victories that way. I'm telling you clearly, every battle Yah sets up. Yah sets those battles. How do you know? Because that's what he means when he says he has led captivity what? Captive. And where is he taking them to? Battle. See, they're going, but whether they knew it or not. And he's already got whom they finna have to fight. The matches are already preset. They just don't know it. No one knows it. But Yah has preset every match. And Yah has already preset the victory, the person who will be victorious in the match as well. It's not you. It's not me. The battle is who? Yes, that's what he's telling you. Meaning, I set this match. And the battle is whose?
Yeah.
And also, the victory is what? Yah's. So, that should be already a precursor to who you think finna to win. He who has... Who you think finna win? The person who has what?
The most power. The strongest.
And who is the strongest?
Yeah.
So the person who has what?
Yeah.
Yah will win the battle. The person who has Yah will win the battle. Yeah. And that's why I said, I always say vengeance is mine. I set the battles, and it's I who will get the victory. So that means whoever gets the victory, he may use that person as a vessel, but it's still Yah in them that gets the what? The victory. It's never the person. That's what happened. That's why I say the battle is the Lord's. It's not you. It's not you, Goliath. You think they set you up, per se. They paid you. But he was a fool. I also want to bring out 2 points. Now that you understand that the battle is Yah's. And every fight that you ever will find yourself into, you locked into whatever confrontation you get locked into, to every argument, to every battle, Yah set those things up. How do you know? Because I had to realize that myself, because as a young boy, I didn't like confrontation. I ran from it. Like, I want to keep the peace. I don't want no smoke. I ain't about that life, right? But yet, time and time again, I found myself in a heated battle. Found what? Myself. Not that I went out to go start something, but I would. found myself in a battle. Like, how did I get here? A lot of your battles, you be blindsided on. You don't even see it coming. That's what y'all been telling you. I've set those battles for you. Right? Nothing you could do. I said it. You can come in with such a great attitude thinking it's going to be a beautiful day today and walk right into a boom confrontation. Like, man, what? And y'all done closed it off where you can't go nowhere but to deal with that matter right there. Now, I will tell you now, as I have told you, who you think going to get the victory?
Yeah.
He who has what? Yeah. Will always get that victory. He who that has Yah, he or she that has what? Yah will get the victory. Like David had Yah that day. He got the victory. So it doesn't matter what you bring to the battle. That's what you're going to come to find out. And I started getting it when I'm like, oh, so you don't need all of this and all of that and all of this. And, you don't need the extra guns. You don't need the extra bullets. You don't need the, all that stuff you think you need for a battle. You don't. I need all this set of provisions. No. Yah provides all those things for that battle ahead of time. You just got to be present. And you're going to learn to that. So that's what he was trying to tell him. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, get back to Goliath now. Switch back to Goliath. Yeah, I want you to get back in your mind. Because we're dealing with a very strong person working. What type of person would you call Goliath? If I was to call him one person, I would call him a mighty man. Like a very strong, mighty man. Like a He-Man or something, Superman. So he was very mighty.
Batman.
Yeah, very strong. Like Hulk or something. Out on the field. And that's why everybody talking about, even like the Avengers talking about, well, we got a Hulk, right? We got a Hulk on our team. No, you employed Hulk on your team. Right? You employed him. You bought you that Hulk, we're going to pay money to come join us on our team. So that tells you that their family or the Avengers, they needed what? The Hulk. Because, without a Hulk, your team going to get beat up. So they know that they was weak, so they know they couldn't do it without what? A Hulk. You see what I'm talking about? But for Hulk to allow them, I'm going to tell you about strong people. There are many strong people on earth. There really are. The problem that we have is that you have people who look for people like you that are strong. And they want to exploit you and use what you call talents for their battles. So just like the Avengers needed Hulk for their battles, the same way the devil needs you for what? His battles. And the devil's family. It is so true. But listen, I'm going to tell you now, the mistake all three made is that what? They shouldn't have what? They shouldn't have took the what? The deal. You sure right. Watch this here. Now, because of these mighty people, there are very strong people that do exist on earth. Yah creates them. You be seeing some of these movies about these strong people. They really are. But the thing about it is, these are what you call the actual truly talented of the earth. These are the talented of the earth. But the thing about it is, these mighty people, they was never supposed to give their services to who? To devils. They was never supposed to give their services to who?
Devils.
To devils. To be used as that. Mighty people of Yah of what they're for whatever Yah has the purpose of them what for. But they're not supposed to be exploited by the devil. But guess what? That what's going on today? You will see people like Goliaths working for some of the most smallest and weakest of people. You be like, dang, you look like you could be running that little old show. And they, yeah, I know, but they paying me what? A lot of money. They pay me good. You see what I'm saying? Don't be a fool. Nah. Everyone will live or die by Yah. That's the battle. Isaiah 42, 1 through 8. He says, behold my servant. See, Yahushua was a mighty man. Remember all the stuff he could do? He was one of those mighty men. And so, when you are a mighty man of Yah, you are only reserved for whose services? Yah's service. So let's listen what he says. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, my elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him, and he shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the streets. Say he shall not do not what? He shall not cry. That means he ain't a beggar. See, because mighty people ain't supposed to be what?
A beggar.
Because you're too mighty for that. Hey. Nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the streets. And I was like, well, the streets. Why he couldn't allow his voice to be heard in the streets? Because he couldn't be. Go ahead.
Because he was already strong. He didn't need.
Exactly. Because when you streets represent a person who is not living on the what? Streets. So you got the people that say, yeah, somebody got the streets. The streets is talking, right? The streets. See, these are people who live on the streets. So if you live on the streets in that street life, it's really because you home what? Less. So you live where? On the streets. That's where they get that street life from. Now, if you're from the streets, that means you're homeless. That means you don't have a place. Why you don't have a place? Because the reason why they are on the streets is because they've been what? Kicked out. On the what? Streets. And because they kicked out on the streets, what type of people you see on the streets? When you ride down some of these dark streets. Weak, beggarly people, prostitutes, pimps, you see what? Hustlers, two big criminals, right? Thieves, robbers, right? When you're in the street life, they call it, right? This is the type of people that are out there. When you're on the streets. Homeless folks, beggars, right? You got any change? Pickpocketers, yeah, there you go. Loiterers, winos, right? Drunk people passed out. This is what you see when you talk about you're on the streets, right? Drug dealers, crackheads, yes. Now, he said, but his voice won't be heard with those that have been what? Kicked out. So they're telling you this. Whenever you get kicked out, you go to the streets. When you get kicked out in the streets, it refers to spiritually when Yah has kicked you what? Out, there you go, out of earth and out of heaven. Once you lose your spot, Yah kicked you out. That means now you have to go to the what? To the streets. So he's telling you, you will never find Yahushua Going to who? The condemned. See, the street people will represent everyone that has already been what? Kicked out and condemned. I mean, the ones that Yah has already cursed with a what? Exactly. That's why they out on the what? Streets. Now, one thing they do, because they out on the streets, their names definitely do change. Their names change. Once you on the streets, you become what? Savage. You become a scavenger. Because now you got to get it how you live, they say. You know, you got to look for your little come-ups wherever you can. Right? You got to always be looking for what's your next meal. Now, when you're on the streets, Yah kick you out by family. By family. Like Saul's family was kicked out into the what? Streets. The whole family. Because when he cursed one, he cursed the whole what? The whole family. Yeah, exactly. The whole family. So everybody becomes scavengers. Another word they used to call them is, let's go to Genesis 4. And go down to 11. And this is how it started. Cain and who? Abel. See, after Cain killed Abel, it says 11. Genesis 4 and 11. And now art thou cursed from the what? Earth. So at that point, he just been what? Kicked out. Say cursed from the earth. That means separate your what? Self from it. You no longer have a place what? Here. Which have opened up my mouth to receive the brother's blood from thy hand. So when you tillest the ground, it should not henceforth yield unto you her strength. So, curse number 2. He will not be able to receive any what? Strength. Uh-oh, stop. What's another word for strength? Power. Power. So now him and his family don't have any what? Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. When you get kicked out into the streets, you lose what? Power. For you and your family. So that also means that means you and your family are now considered what? Weak. So that means now weak, and what was the other word we used? Beggarly. Why you think what you think they're begging for now? Strength. Power and strength. Exactly. Because now they don't have any. That's what they're scavenging what? For. Them and their families. Listen. A fugitive, because we know what a fugitive is, right? Mm-hmm. That means you're a criminal. That means you got a due date. What you think, a fugitive from what? Judgment. Where does Yah take judgment at? Where does Yah hold his case for judgment? Anybody know? On the battlefield. So that meant being a fugitive, they already been appointed a day they have to go to the what? That's the potter's house. So they know they have to go. Meaning they already gonna have to fight. See, that means it's already marked for them. He said, vengeance is who? Yeah, see, he sets the battle. He's already set, okay, now you have fallen, so I mean now you have to go to battle. That's what fugitive means. You just running what? From it. But because they running from it, they know that ain't no way they're gonna be able to fight without no what? Power. Because when they gotta go fight, we weak, we gonna automatically what? Lose. So because we gonna be on the run, we know we got a due date set for a battle, we gonna need some help. And that's what the next word is. The word that you didn't know meant. A fugitive and a what? Vagabond is the word. Shall thou be in the earth. That means a beggar. But that also means a hunter. Because what are they hunting and what are they scavenging for now? power. So they're on a hunt to look for any person who has what?
Power.
And then what they need to do when they find that person who got power? Beg and what? Ask them to what? Help them. Because they know they got to fight a battle what? Coming. So this is what actually is going on behind the scenes with us. Being a fugitive from judgment, already doomed to be destroyed by Yah. Now, who's you think going to destroy the fugitive? Well, my friend, they already have a date set against. That is what Yah has created his righteous ones for. He has already set it up for them that they have to go into battle too. So he has set the fugitive and he has set the righteous one and said, I want y'all two to go at it. Now, because we know how all battles, according to good and evil always seem to have the most stuff, don't they? Team Evil, right? Cobras versus G.I. Joes. Cobras always got the best gear. Decepticons versus Autobots. It seems like the Decepticons always got the better Transformers, right? It just seems like they always got the better ones, the one-ups. And you're like, well, dang, why they always get the one-ups? Because that's what they go do. Right before battle, they finna go what? We finna go employ some what? Some talent. We gonna recruit. We gonna recruit. Because we know we ain't gonna be able to stand. So we gotta recruit. So that's what they go do. Now, as you can see, that's why Cain that was vagabond meant. Vagabond meant, that's the word streets. Because another word for vagabond means hunter, but also wanderer. Because now you gotta wander what? The streets. When you're out there wandering what? The streets, scavenging. Like, okay, what can I find? Where can I look for? Open up trash can lids, looking at there. Is there something in there? They call you a wanderer. When you are called a wanderer, that means you have been kicked out of heaven. You've been kicked out of earth, and now you have become a what? A wanderer, right? All right. Now, when you have strength, I'm going to show you what he's going to tell you when you have strength. Because they asked him about it. That's why it says, Yahushua in Isaiah 42, he said he doesn't go. You will never hear his voice in the what? In the street. See, he's not going to be associated with the wanderers. So I'm talking about he's not associated with those vagabonds or those that have been cast out of heaven. He ain't joining their team. They used to ask him, watch this here. Go to Matthew 10. Because when you're the strong, Moshe had initiated the 12 strong. And he told them, go to verse 5. After he got his 12 disciples, he says, go not into the way of the Gentiles, because the Gentiles represent what? The wanderers. And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. See, these are already nations that have been what? Casted what? Out. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of what? See, there you go. And it says, and as you go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely what? Give. You see that? And it says, provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purse, nor scrips for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves. They're going to staves. For the workman is worthy of his what? Meat. So that means employment as well. The worker is worthy of his what? His employment. But who did he tell them that they can go to? When you're mighty, who is he going to send you to? Only to what? To his, he said, go to the house of what? Israel. Exactly. Watch this here. To go to Mark 7. Now go down to verse 26. Listen how he says it. The woman said was a Greek, and she was from Syrophoenician by nation, and she sought him that he might cast forth the devil out of her daughter. But Yahushua said unto her, let the children first be what? Filled. For it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it unto the what? Unto the dogs. You see? Because she knew that he could heal. Because he was a mighty what? A mighty man. You see that? And being that he was a mighty man, she was trying to see, being from a whole nother, one of the cast out nations, can you help me? You know, see? But what does he say? I can't, right? Because I can't serve. That's why I said don't give what is holy to the what? See, you're going to serve something that's already been what? Casted out, meaning a wanderer. You fooling yourself, because what you think they want to do? Why he says don't give it to dogs?
They want company. They want company. Because they're going to pull you down with them.
They're going to pull you, exactly. Because if you finish the parable, let's say, what it say, holy to the dogs. Watch this here. Go to Matthew 7 and 6. See, when you talented, that represent you one of the mighty ones. Matthew 7 and 6. Now, he knew that who only he can give his services to the house of Israel. So you have to, when you are one of the mighty, you have to understand that you cannot serve any and everything. Right, nothing less than what Yah has reserved you to serve. So he knew when he came into the earth, Yahushua said, I only told him to help these people. That's who Yah told me to help. Being that I'm a mighty man, I have to help them. He didn't tell me to go help their enemy, like Balaam or Goliath. That's why they went wrong. Because instead they sought, as they said, money, the lust of money is the root of all what? Evil. So if you follow behind them and take their payment, they're going to set you up. This is what it means. This is the setup. He says, so give not which is holy unto the dogs, to those, neither cast ye your pearls before swines, pigs, lest they trample them under their feet, see, and turn again and rend you or tear you. How they going to tear you? In battle. So what is he saying right here? Lest they trample them under their what? Feet. So that means, think about it, if you're a mighty person, and if you give your service to a wanderer, or a vagabond, or one that's been cast out, a family that has been cast out, if you give them your service, and you're a mighty man, guess what? What I come to find out. If you help them and allow yourself to be employed by them, yeah, they will employ you. But guess what?
You be casted out with them.
Well, not only that, before that happens, you know what they think? Listen.
They think they'll win.
Of course they think they'll win. But I'm going to tell you what their psychological, how they thought about Goliath too. After the Philistine family employed Goliath, this is how they thought about him. Though he was stronger than them in all aspects. That's why they needed his help. But then, secretly, when they got amongst themselves, when Goliath was not in the room, how you think they talked about him.
How they was gonna kill him?
Because they really despised that he had what?
More power.
Exactly. So even though he was stronger than them, they still was sitting back talking about, yeah, but he might, but we smarter. Because guess what? He works now what? For us. So they despised him. Even though he had all that power, instead of them saying, man, you know what, you really strong. That's what the whole point would have been. Why is he serving them? When much rather what? Why wasn't they serving him? They knew it. They knew he was going to take over because he was going to start looking at himself and looking at them like, where am I? They tried to say, well, no, you don't get one piece of bread today. He's like, nigga, I want the whole loaf. See? Because he's going to start thinking like, why am I just taking baby handouts when I can just take it all? See, they knew he was going to think like that. Eventually, you all going to think like that. But they felt like he's too dumb to understand that though he's the King Kong in the room, if we employ him, we control him. We can what? Control him. See, that's what they think. They think that they can control what? No, listen. Did you know that devil families think that they can control power? But you know where power comes from? Yeah. So when Yah gives the power, the devil seeks out those who have what? That's who the devil, that's why they call them like vampires. They are trying to find those who are talented with the power. And then they try to drain them what? Dry of their power. That's what they're trying to do. That's what I mean. They're going to try to tear them, meaning they're going to use them in ways that they was not meant to be what? Used. But I'm going to need you to go out here and fight this battle. I'm going to need you to go out here and go win this right here, this victory. And if you're dumb enough, you're going to sign that deal and go out there and get yourself, what, like Goliath, get your head cut off. Because you're going to look stupid. You know, when you're already stronger than them. He shouldn't have never got caught in that type of situation. Neither Balaam. Same thing. They came to Balaam, man, them people look big. Can you help us? Balaam, all that Balaam had to do was say what? The donkey told him, what are you doing? You stronger than them. But if you let them pay you, then they're going to think they what? Over you and can control you. Though they need you. But the money for them, I noticed that everyone who doesn't have power have what?
Money. That's their power.
That's their power. Everyone who doesn't have power has what? Money. That is how they can try to trick those that really are what? Powerful. They are the weak ones. So they need their money to try to persuade those that are what? Powerful. I need you to. Can you help me? Now, let me tell you what the powerful ones really are on earth. If you don't know by now. Because that's what he said. I'm only sent to the lost sheep of Israel. I can't go help you do all this and that. You're going to get me in trouble. That's why it says this. Go to Luke 8:16. 8 and 16. Now we're finna go. We're going now. This is what this verse means. Always remember this now. No man, when he has light a candle, cover it with a what? A vessel, see? Or a blanket. You know what I'm saying? Or put it under a bed. See, when you light a candle, representing whenever that person find out that they are what? Powerful. You do not let them what? Cover them up in something that's already shameful. That's not what their purpose is for now. See, that's what he said. When the devil finds those that are gifted and those that are talented and those that are powerful, the devil always wants them on their team. Team devil. Team devil. So, but he's telling you, once you become that, when that candle is lit, that means now Yah has blessed you with what? Talent. You're talented. You're one of the mighty ones. You don't give your services over what? That what he said, because once Yah set you free, whenever time Yah sets one free, not only does Yah set that person free, but Yah end up taking that person and then cleaning them up and then doing what? Blessing them with what? Power. Moses, right? He took Moses out of Egypt, cleaned him up, burned the bush, gave Moses what? Power. Then he came back. But then they were trying to get Moses to what? Submit back unto Pharaoh, when that what Moses was like, nah, nigga, I got the power. Remember, he threw his stick down, I got the power, not submit. And he seen his little snake ate up what? All theirs, because there ain't no submit at that point. That's why y'all say in the resurrection, they don't go back into submit themselves. Once they become powerful, now we say no one lights a candle and then go put it back under the table. No, it's powerful, so it needs to be what? Seen, known to whom it is supposed to be seen and known to. It's an audience. You don't hide it. Don't put them back in shame. And so the mighty person has to understand that, not to go back to what? Shame. Like you said, like a dog returning back to his own what? Vomit. You don't go back to the shame after Yah takes you out, cleans you up, because at that point, I done seen people who will sit there, come out of the thing, grow very strong and powerful, and then say, well, okay, now I want to go back and show my friends what I became, right? And they go run right back into it, and what's going to happen? Them people going to do what to them? Tear them back down. Back weak again. But remember, the second time ain't no what? Ain't no comeback. Because now you're going to allow your enemy to use your powers for what? Evil now. But you should have kept your power and used it for what? Good. So now you understand every mighty person has a choice. And the choice is you either use your powers for good or you use it for what?
Evil.
For evil. To work for your enemy is evil. Once Yah has set you free and blessed you with the power to save your people, you don't go back and use that power and turn against your what? Your people. With that same power. That's what Balaam did. Now, go to Proverbs 6. Another word from is wanderers, vagabonds, strangers. Because now they don't have a place to what? To stay, right? They don't have their own stuff no more. So they're always on the hunt for power now, right? Everybody wants power. Everybody wants power now. What a power, what a power, what a power. Where is the power? I need power. Give me your energy. Yeah. That's how people are now. Everybody wants to hunt for power. Mm-hmm. But it says here, start at 23. Start at 20. It's Proverbs 6 and 20. Sons and daughters of Yah are really the powerful ones. That's what this fight is about. The battle is to look out for your people, but not allow the devil to what? Use you. Right? To deceive you into working for the who? For the devil. Right? You guys are going to be very strong and powerful, which you already are. You're just growing into yourselves. But your powers are not to be used for what? For evil. You're not to allow, but you know who you're supposed to help with your power? Who?
Yeah.
Yah and Israel, because that's who Yah has told you to help with your gifts, with your talents. He didn't tell you to go help devils and their families and make sure that they straight, because they only going to despise you anyway, right? Knowing that you're stronger than them. See, you are stronger than all the devil's families. The devil knows that. Their families know that. But they rather you be on their what? On their team and on their side. Because they don't want you as a what? An enemy. Because they know you're stronger than them. Right? So yeah, another word for them is strangers as well. So listen. Anytime you've been cast out of your place, you become a wanderer, a vagabond, a stranger to the land, right? No one knows you, who you are no more. You're all dirty and filthy. Now, like, I ain't about to fool with that. Who was that? Right? So, Proverbs 6:20. It says, my son, keep thy father's command and forsake not the law of your mother. Bind them continually upon your heart and tie them about your neck. And when you go, it shall lead thee, and when you sleep, it shall keep thee, and when you awake, it shall talk with you. For the commandment of Yah is a lamp, and the law is light, and the reproof and instructions are the way of life. Why? To keep you from the evil what? See? From the flatteries of the tongue of a strange what? Woman. See? That's that family. Because you remember, they beggarly, so they gonna come asking for what? Oh, you so strong. Oh, you so talented. Oh, you so, yeah. But they trying to get those what? Them services. So they can do what to them though? Deplete them. They ain't gonna let you do what you came to, what Yah made you mighty for. Their goal is to, we gonna drain that. Because we despise the what? The power. Because they remember when they used to have what? Power. But now they see the power where? In you. And so then that makes them despise you like this. Jealous, envy. But also lust. Because they lust for that what? That power. To have just, they say, if I can get one day to get that power back. Just one day. So that's what they look at you for. If I can get them on my side. If I can get them for us. We can use that power. We can use that energy. Give me your energy. They get the rolling out. Yeah. You know how the folks do when they feel like they got some power. They just feel like, oh, no, feed me, So it's telling you to keep you away from this wanderer. He say, 25, so lust not after her beauty in your heart. What is her beauty? Because remember, whoever ain't got power got what? Money. So you know they're going to be decked out because they're going to buy what? Everything. So that's that beauty. They're looking at like, oh, that person got this and got that and got that. Because that's how they lured Goliath into what? Helping them. He walked in like, dang, they got it. Yeah, of course, they got it going on. We got the, you want some? You're thirsty? You're hungry? We got grapes. Right? Yeah. And you come in and, ooh, I can really, yeah, you can have it all, but you're going to have to buy. Serve us and you can have your heart's desire as much as you want. Year supply. Right? That's why I say don't get caught up in that. Because it's a trick. And neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Right? Meaning to seduce you. See, because look how it says, for by means of a whorish woman, because she still is a vagabond, she becomes another word too. Oh yeah. Because she got casted out. Guess what you didn't come to find out? She looking for your employment, but she has already sold herself to who? The devil too. She works for the devil what? Too. So now she has another title. See, because when you can either be married to Yah, or you can be divorced from what? Because when Yah cast you out, then you're now officially what? Divorced. So when you become divorced, then you're trying to look for that rebound. What is the next thing I need to go bounce on? So that's why it calls her now a whorish woman. Because now she's messing with what? Dabbling in everything. House to house. Looking for what? Power. And so it says, by means of a whorish, 26, by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of what?
Right.
Meaning a man is reduced to what? A piece of what? Because that's what they looking at him as. The mighty man is reduced to just bread for our house. Babies, y'all hungry? I got this mighty one right here. We're going to feed off this one for a while. This one big and strong.
Don't need to turn this bread.
Meaning, it's getting what?
Strong. Yeah.
Getting weakened. And say it just reduces them to a what? Or, but I'm going to say what bread really means. A morsel of what? Just reduced to just a little morsel of power. So bread represents what?
A morsel of power.
A morsel of power. For maybe a day worth of what? Power. So because it's only temporary. So that's what it says. She's going to reduce them to just, for their family, you're just going to be like a day's worth of what? Power. We're going to be powerful for today. Good. Mm-hmm. Even though tomorrow, once that's diminished, we won't have nothing, but at least we got power what? Today. And the adulteress, listen. And the adulteress, another title she has. Because now you divorce from Yah, you become a what? An adulteress. And now that you're an adulteress, you say, and so what she will do? That's how you know vagabond. This is because she will what? Hunt for what? Precious meant what? The talented, the mighty man. See, because now that she out in the streets, she a wanderer. She's looking for what? She's hunting for what? The power. That the precious life represent the powerful one. She's on the hunt. Who got the power? Who got the power? I heard you got the power. Just like we asked with what was that, Sinners, and the lady was about to get on the train. She was just about to get on. But when she heard the voice, she was like, Because what she figured she really had was what? That's the power. That's the power. Looking for the power. Because that's what she was really what? Looking for. The power. She couldn't even get on the train. She I ain't going now. I ain't leaving now. Because I found what I was what? Looking for. The whole time she was looking for what? Power. She wasn't going to leave. So now I tell you, the adulteress always hunts for what? Power. Because she don't have any what? Power. That's what that means. Now, go to Proverbs 9. Since we're gonna do Proverbs. Because Proverbs really be hitting it on the nose. 13 through 18. A foolish woman is clamorous, because now she's also what? Foolish, because she's an adulterous woman. She have left, she been divorced from Yah, and now her family needs what? Power, which is bread to them, right? Because bread makes you live just a little bit longer, right? Because you'll starve to death if you ain't got no what? No bread. So that's what, for them, power, that's what they mean. We'll live a little bit longer if we got power. That was reduced to a piece of bread. See, this type of woman, this wanderer, she is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth what? Nothing. For she sitteth at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the what? City. To call passengers who go right on their way. Who's she looking for? Yeah, there you go. She look 16, for whoeversoever is simple. See, let him turn in what? Here. So she done caught another mighty one. And as for him that wanted understanding, she said, stolen waters is what? Sweet, and bread eaten in secret is what? Pleasant. So what she talking about? That meal. That's the mighty one. She said she calling that mighty one what? Stolen water is what for their house? It's sweet to have us one of them. Now we doing good. We got us a mighty one in our house. And bread eaten in what? Because remember they didn't put the candle under the what? The bed. So it's hidden. He hidden. So bread eaten in secret, because they gonna eat them up as what? Bread eaten in secret is what? Pleasant. You see that? For them, it's a, man, we got us one. We're gonna live good. Because was he supposed to be in there? No. And then how you look? 18. But he knoweth not, see? Talking about the mighty one, did not know this about her and her household. 18. But he knew not that the dead are there in her house, and that all her guests are in the depths of what? See? Are in the depths of hell. See, he didn't know going into her house, the mighty one, that, oh, baby, you coming here. Yeah, you ain't leaving out of here. Because we come to drain that together forever. Forever together. Until you go. Gonna eat that bread. Go to Proverbs 7. Since we there. So listen to this one. I know this is another one. You're gonna catch it now. Now you understand who she is. But don't get it twisted. Because she represents a household. She represents a whole household. Now we know that when it's saying she, it also represents what? Because sometimes in households you have females and what? Males as well. So don't get it twisted that they think don't think it's just always a woman that he's talking about. No, he's talking about people that have turned their back on Yah, and now they need what? Help. You're starting to notice these people out here like that.
Because they do get weak, like
females. Right. Exactly.
Weaker.
They get weak. That's why he calls them she, because they have been weakened as now what? A female. Exactly. Having no what? No power. So he says, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with you. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of your what? Eye. Because guess what you're supposed to be? Because you are a mighty one. You're supposed to be the apple of whose eye? Yeah. See, to me, you're supposed to be doing Yah. When Yah supposed to be looking at you like a good apple, like, man, this one's the best one on the tree. Because you're a mighty one. He said, bind them upon your fingers 3, write them upon the tables of your heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding my kinswoman. So he's telling that person, that mighty one, he better marry who? Wisdom. You better marry who? Wisdom. See, sister represents wife. You better marry her and get some understanding. You're right. That they may keep you from the strange woman. There she go again. Lurking. From the stranger which flattereth with her mouth, with her words. You see that? Oh, you so strong. Oh, you so, yeah, you laughing, B. Yeah, but that's how they be. Oh, you so strong. Flexing for me one time. Let me see your muscles. Let me see your muscles. And you know, just like you laughing, you would have fell for, oh. Hey, got. But just sign on the dotted line. You can start right now if you want. what I'm gonna get. Yeah, and that's how you get got. Right. So yeah, 6. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, same thing, and behold amongst the simple ones. So you know what she calling you? Simple. Yeah, you the dumb one to her. That's it. You thinking you yeah. You thinking you the strong one, but she looking at you. This nigga don't know what I'm about to do at all. Little simple, right? He's a simpleton. Right, exactly. A simpleton. But all that strength that don't know he about to be used up, right? That was she telling us. She said, and beheld amongst the simple ones and discerned amongst the youth. See, youth, meaning you know he was strong because he was young. You know, bucket here. A young man, void of what? Understand. See, he ain't no understand that he ain't supposed to help her, right? All that strength, but he don't know who to use it what? For. And beheld, 8, passing through the streets. See, you know he was already in the wrong place. He was already caught where? In the streets, because that's where she at, ain't she? Yeah. Near her counter, see? She looking, might got me one. And he went the way to her house, see? And in the twilight, in the evening, meaning all the confusion in the black and dark night, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a what? Harlot. So she had already sold her soul. And subtle of heart, she is loud and stubborn, meaning she been left her little home. Her feet are by night in her what? House. See, she's a wanderer, a streetwalker, they call them too. Mm-hmm. Now is she what? Without. Now what is she without?
Without
power. See, now y'all catching it. She's without power. See, they set up with the comma right there because these are hidden things they be wanting you to pick up. Because you was like, well, she was without. And then people like, what is she without? What she ain't got? What she ain't got? See, a devil ain't gonna never tell you what they ain't got. That's why it's hidden. But what she lacked it is what? Power. And now in the what? Yeah, see? Living in the streets. And life in wait at every corner, because who knows she's lurking for? She's a hunter. She's a scavenger. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, yeah, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet you, diligently to seek your face. See, she complimenting him, right? She getting in his head. And I found you. And I have decked my beds with coverings of tapestries and carved works. Because remember, he said, don't look into her beauty. This is almost like Medusa when they tell you don't look into her eyes, like don't get caught. She's gonna turn you into stone, right? It's like don't fall for it. And so she tell them how beautiful she got everything decked out. But remember, I told you, everybody who ain't got power got what? Got riches. You getting it. With fine, and then this lets you know who she's employed by. Because she said, with fine linen of Egypt. Letting you know who she's working for. See, don't get it twisted. That family, even though they cast out, guess who quickly swoops them up? The devil. Right, so you already, they going to swoop that family and make them be a part of them. So now they even more in need. And so now, that's their employment to do what now? Once they get caught, what you think their employment is to do? They gotta catch souls. So now that's what they on the hunt to do. Let's find it. You ever hear like A&Rs, we looking for talent? What's the next big talent? American Idol, who's the next big guy? I'm telling you, watch it. The biggest thing I always hear a lot of people say is like, I was already talented before I met you. Which is so what? It's true. So that meant you never had to make a deal with them. If you already are what you are, why are you making deals with people that are lesser than what? You. Right, you don't need to. So she said, 17, I have perfumed my beds with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon, smelling good in here. So come. Let us take our fill of love until the morning. Talking about battle. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at home and he is gone on a long journey. Who gone? Yeah. He taking a bag of money with him and he will come home at an appointed what? Day. What's that appointed day? The day of battle. And with her much fair speech, she calls him to what? Yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goeth after her straightway as an ox going to the what? Yeah, see, she didn't call him. But she didn't tell him where she was taking him down. Or as a fool to the correction of the what? Stocks. That means chains. Till a what? A dart strike through his liver as a bird that hastened to a snare and knoweth not that it was for his what? Life. You see that? Hearken now unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not your heart decline to her ways. He do not decline to her. Go not astray in her what? Paths. For she has cast down many wounded. Yeah, many what? Strong men have been slain, what? By her. You didn't know that, did you? Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of what? Death. So she done took down how many? Many strong men. Told you, the mighty ones. Now, who do we think this woman is?
Babylon.
There you go. Esau. She done took down many strong men. Proverbs 31. Y'all gotta know. But let me show you who these mighty men are. Now the words of what? King Lemuel. The prophecy that his mother what? Taught him. Now his mother. But who was he?
King.
He was a king. Because mighty ones are what?
King.
What, my son? And what? The son of my womb. And what? The son of my vows. Give not thy strength unto what? Woman. Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth what? Kings. So because she does what? What does Babylon do?
Destroy king. Take him down.
Exactly. If you didn't know. For it is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for the king to drink what?
Wine.
Nor for the princess to strong what? She's telling you, it's not for kings to fall for her what? Deception. That's the wine. That's the strong drink. The beauty, the money, the deal, the contract. Lest you drink and forget, see, the law, and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. See, because now if you're working for Team Devil, then you no longer can assist what? Team who?
Yeah.
So you're now helping the children of Israel at that point, because now she done tricked you to join her side, and now you're fighting against the children of what? Israel. And you begin no longer to commune, because it's meant for the strong to take care of the weak, meaning to communicate with them. But the thing about it is, because they're so strong, like Moses was strong, they try to talk them out of it. Don't help them. Don't help them. Don't help them. Help us. But they are the weak and what? Beggarly. These are wanderers. You're not supposed to what? Help them. You're supposed to help Yah's people with all that power and strength and talent. Right? So that's what she's telling him. That he was definitely a what? My son, you are a what? A king.
Yeah.
See, mighty ones, that's why they call him King what? King Kong. See, when you are the strong, you are the what? You are kings of Yah. Kings and queens. But you can't give your power what? That's why Yahushua never bowed to the who? The devil. You get it now? Then they ask Yahushua, are you a king? He said, yes, I would. Yes, I am. So he said, well, he's the only king. No. Watch this here. Go to Revelation. (19:16). And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written called what?
King of Kings.
And what?
Lord.
See, because he's not the only king. He's just king over what? Kings. But he's telling you the only type of people that Yah what? Deals with. That's why he says sons and what? Daughters of who? Yah. Now you get it. They all have a whole nother title than what you think. Watch this here. Go to Revelations 1, since you're there. 5 and 6. It says, and from Yahushua, who is faithful witness and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, unto him that loved us and washed us from our sins in his own blood, and have made us what? Kings and priests unto Yah and his Father. To him be glory, dominion, forever and ever. What? Amen. Telling you that was the whole point of cleaning you up, was to make you what? Into what? Kings and queens and priests. Exactly, because that's what you were supposed to be. But you got to know the rules to be a king or a queen. What's the number one rule? You don't bow. You hit it. You don't what? You don't bow. Because once you do, you gave away your what status? Exactly. Just giving you the truth. Watch this here. Go to Matthew. (22) and 29. 29 to 32. So you might say, well, he said it, but what does Yahushua say about it, right? Now you got to understand. Yahushua answered and said to him, you do error not knowing the scriptures nor the power, see, of who? Of Yah. Finna give you the real. For in the resurrection, meaning like whenever he lights a candle, or he has now blessed or talented somebody, a man or woman that have become now a king or queen, he gives them the right. He said, for in this resurrection, because remember you came from the what? The dead. You was what? Resurrected. Now, only those he's dealing with are resurrecting all kings and what? Queens. He's not resurrecting no vagabonds and wanderers. Exactly. For in the resurrection, see, now they neither what? Married nor are given in what? Marriage. So that's what he's telling you. They don't go back and serve what? Their enemies. That's what he's talking about. Do they go back and get married again? Do they go get reemployed once they get set what? Free? They don't. but are as what? Of Yah in heaven, because they are now powerful. And but as touching the resurrection of the dead, have you not read which was spoken unto you by Yah, saying, I am God of who? Abraham, of Isaac, and what? Jacob. God is not the God of the wanderers, but of the what? You see it right there. He's not of those. Not if they not of what? And they gotta be of Israel. Gotta be of Israel. He's not even saving a vagabond. He ain't saving no Esau's. And nor did he give them the title of what? Kings or what? That was not given unto them. Okay, y'all getting it. Now we understand that they definitely hunt for the power. Right? And they look for those who got the power. And once you get cast streets, now go to James 4:4. We're almost done. See, there you go. You adulterers and what? Know you not that the friendship of the world is what? Enmity with who? Yah. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the what? Enemy of Yah. He's telling you now, if you join them, you're going to be an enemy because now you're going to have to battle who? Yah. And that's the only reason why they wanted you on the team in the first place, the Wanderers. To set you up for that. They're setting you up. Go to Hosea 4:12. That's why he was used to always tell us, my people are destroyed for a lack of what? A lack of knowledge, right? So this is how he says it. 12. Hosea 4:12. My people ask counsel at their own what? Stocks. What are stocks? Chains. You gonna go to your enemy and get yourself what? Chained down. You see? You ask for counsel. My people go to their own weakness and ask them for help. Can you help me? Nigga, you the mighty one. What you go out there for? Can you help me? No, they can't help you because you the strong one. You don't submit to weakness and ask weakness for help. No, you need help, you go to who? Yeah. Who gives you the strength, right? Yeah. All right, let me see. Okay, yeah, this is definitely what I want y'all to see. 1 Corinthians 1:17-13.
First Corinthians 1.
17, go down to 17. Let's start there. Listen. For Christ sent me not to baptize, but to preach the gospel, not with the wisdom of words, lest the cross of Yah should be made of none effect. For the preaching of the cross to them that perish are what? Foolishness. But unto us which are saved, it is the power of what? Yeah. To communicate. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, see, and I will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise now? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? See, people that's ready to challenge. Have not Yah made foolish the wisdom of what? This world. Meaning for wisdom represents these who say, once they get casted out, I know what I do. Let me go hunt for what? Power. Yeah, there you go. That's their wisdom. Let's go find some power then. We out of power. Let's go look for something. But that's the foolishness wisdom of this world. Right? But that's why Yah says, read 20 over again. Where is the wise? See? Where will your wisdom be found? Where is the scribe? Where's the disputer or champion of this what? Now the disputer represents Goliath. Where's your champion of this what is going to stop Yah from tearing you and your family down? Have not Yah made foolish now the wisdom, meaning that champion of this word, right? Then he going to make him look foolish? Is Yah not going to be Goliath? And how did he make him look foolish? Because remember when he beat Goliath, who did Yah send the big, strong, mighty, big old super dude at Goliath, bigger than him? He picked the most smallest one, right, and said, now I'm going to make a fool out of who? You. I'm going to make you look stupid when you get beat so badly by somebody you thought you, there ain't no way. That's how Yah does it. He loves it. So be the one you least expect, be the one come down and slay you. Sent by who? Yah. Because remember, vengeance is who? Yah sets the battle. So that's what Goliath popping up like, why y'all gonna send me this little bitty boy? What y'all think he fits to do? Do you see these muscles? Do you see these muscles?
He's in David, right?
He sent little David. So that's what I mean. He make them look stupid because he's not gonna send out the best to make them feel what? Like they something? No. See, y'all will get you. Say, oh, you think you tough. Well, let me send out the donkey. To make you look like a what? A Jack A? To make you look, I always said, Yah, he's so humorous how Yah does it. Like, okay, you think you something. Let watch how I'm gonna beat you. Watch how I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. You're gonna look stupid in front of everybody when you lose. Right, and then you're gonna lose it all. That's how Yah get you.
He been lost it all. Once he put himself underneath the people that he worked for.
Yes. He was already doomed.
Yeah, he went into that battle.
Yeah, he thought he was still strong, but no, they had already set him up for failure. Trying to protect them, and he got what? He got towed up. See? Now listen, 21. For after that, in the wisdom of Yah, the world by wisdom knew not who? Yah. So they didn't know Yah. They had eyes, we said eyes ain't seen, nor ear has heard what Yah got planned for who? Those he loved. Meaning, you'll never see the battle what? Coming. That would mean eyes have not seen, nor ear have not what? Heard. Meaning, ain't no fortune teller gonna figure this one out. I ain't gonna be able to see this one coming, right? So that they be well prepared for, you finna send that one. No, Goliath can see that when he was looking in the crowds of Israel, like, who they finna send out? Who they finna send out finna come out here and fight me? Who? And then when they said, you heard the little boy say, step aside. Yeah, he didn't see that what? Coming at all. Yes. Step aside. You about to get that work. Yeah, he didn't see that one coming. No fortune teller could have told him that was how he was finna die that day. But that's how Yah do it. That's why Yah said, watch how Yah says it. He said, because it pleased Yah. See, it pleased the Yah to do it this way. By the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. See? For the Jews require what? A sign. What is the sign? Power. There you go. See, the Jews require what? Power. Like Goliath. Show me something. What you bring? Who y'all finna send out here? Show me a champion. Show me the power. But Yah says, nah. Come on, little David. Step aside, right? You fighting me today. Right? So he thought that's why he said, how y'all gonna, he said, am I a dog that you bring out, a little stick boy? That what he said. You didn't even bring me Saul. King Saul. I wanted to fight the king. You didn't even let me fight the what? The king did it. He let him fight who? Little David. King Saul stayed back. According to that, he didn't even. But that's who Goliath really wanted, right? He thought he was finna say, bring me your best champion. So that means I want either your best fighter or I want the king himself. Come on out here. Yeah, that'll really be good for me. I can really get some bragging rights. But when little boy came out there, He like, hold on, man.
Yeah.
So that's how y'all would make a fool out of who? You. Because just what you thought you finna get, yeah. Oh, yeah. You thought you finna get one of the mighty ones? Oh, no. Little David, handle my light work. Step aside. I got him. Yeah. Then you're gonna look like a fool, like, this nigga finna embarrass me. And finna kill me in front of all my fans, all my people. You know, I'm gonna lose all my little, my fan club, my subscription. Yeah, they're not checking in no more.
I'll be embarrassed.
Yeah, you're gonna be embarrassed, but that's how y'all gonna do you. Every time a person lose, they get embarrassed when they lose. Because you didn't think that it was gonna be like that. You're like, oh, I got, cause that's how Pharaoh thought about Moses. Like, we got it, Moses. All that counted because he felt like he had all that access. He felt like I got all these magicians, I got sorcerers, I got people that do magic, I got people who do spells, and I got witches back here, baby. What you mean? You finna get out here and do what? Moses? Last time I remember Moses, he was running out of Egypt. Now he back. Oh, this is gonna be easy. Until he got into the confrontation with him, right? The same way the angel thought he was gonna easily beat Jacob, right? Oh, this is gonna be easy. This is too easy, like taking candy from a baby. Then before the day break, let me go. Let me go. And Jacob said, why should I let you go? See, another moment where he thought he had it. So y'all will make him look foolish. So listen. So therefore the Jews require power. So they want a sign of power. And the Greeks seek after what?
Wisdom.
See, wisdom represents trying to the numbers. They want to know, okay, how can we contain it? How can we control it? Show me what to do in battle, right? How we gonna win this victory? Give me the wisdom to win the what? Get the victory. So they go look for who? Fortune tellers, tarot cards. Tell me what we need to do. Tell me how can I win this battle? But they'll never tell you, will they? Because they already know they can't tell you. Y'all would not allow them to, especially if it's your time. That's what he said, the battle, which we're going to get to. But we preach Christ. And to the Jews, it become a stumbling block, and to the Greeks, foolishness. But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greek, Christ is the power of Yah and the wisdom of Yah. Because the foolishness of Yah is wiser than man, and the weakness of Yah is even stronger than man. Telling you about the power, right? For you see your calling, brethren. See, now you see your calling. That how not many wise men after the flesh, nor not many mighty, nor not many noble are what? Called to what? To battle. There you go. You got to be finishing them sentences. Called to battle. See, when Yah ready to call you to battle, he's not going to call you because you're super strong or because you're super big. Nah, because that makes Yah feel like, that might be too much. So let me find somebody I can just, that make them look stupid. See, that's the thing. See, he said not many politicians, not many rich people are called, right, to this battle, is it? Or will it be? As you can see right now, how many celebrities he from the call to this battle? None of them. How many politicians? How many government officials? How many soldiers is already in the war? Right? How many of your leaders you think he from the call? He's not going to use none of them when it's time. But he's just going to look for that one that is repentive. One that turned from their ways of serving them and not is willing to serve who? Yeah. Serve Yah now. And Yah already told you who you must serve at that point. Who? Is, and you can't turn against that. No matter how much money the enemy offers you to turn against them. You can't. Like I know. I'm locked in. You gotta be locked in on that. If you ain't locked in, then you wasting your time here. Because all it's gonna take for somebody to tempt you, and you're gonna be what? Gone after the chasing after the bag, and then realize the bag's still gonna need you right around, come right back around, and have to deal with one of them ones you just turned your back what? On. And that's gonna probably be your demise. Mm-hmm. So those type of people, Yah doesn't call them by that like that. He called little David when he was just a little shepherd boy, didn't he? See, that we say he don't look for the strong, but he looks for those who's willing to do what Yah what? Tell them to what? Because Yah, I'm gonna tell you how Yah showed me. That's why I understood about David. Why he was so small, but yet got the victory. Because Yah gonna tell you like this. I'm not calling you because you got the power. I'm calling you because what? I got the power. I'm bringing that. I just need you. I got the power. I'm just going to fill you with the power that day to get the what? Get the victory. You don't have to bring your own power to this. No, I don't need that. I don't need you to bring your power to this and your influence. I just need you to come and you allow me to work what? Within you to do what I need to do because I got a few people I'm trying to take out and I just using you as that vessel. It don't be you. These battles ain't for you. They always say vengeance is who? See, it ain't for you to fight. You're not fighting your battles. No, Yah is using you to fight what? His battles. Now you getting it. They didn't disobey you. They disobeyed who? Yah. It's Yah coming after them. But Yah just uses you to go after everybody that Yah has already marked that is they coming. And I'm going to use you to take this one out, to take that one out, to take that one out, and to take that one out. But I can get them all at one good time too. So Yah already sets up the battles. That's when Yah brought you there. He knew what time he was going to do. Already looking around. That's why Yah say he's the Yah of the assembly. For everyone to assemble. Like everybody, like Avengers Assemble. Everybody come to this one room. Come. And then he close them in there like Sodom and Gomorrah. Say, okay, now I got everybody I'm planning on getting all in this room. And once they all are here, like Jeepers Creepers, once we all on the yellow bus, and everybody on there that we definitely y'all wanted to get is now in the room, then we can now enter into what? Battle. Like I told you, it's not of you. That's what Yah wants to just get a few people back who have disobeyed Yah. Now everybody in the room gonna be like, it ain't me, it ain't coming for me. Only Yah know who Yah what? Coming for. That's why Yah uses you as the vessel. That's why he calls you the mighty ones. Not because you have to be anything, nothing more, but just be the vessel. That's why he say, don't choke Yah's spirit. Don't interfere with it. Don't run from it. And don't fear it. Just do what Yah tell you to do. And so let Yah have his what? Have his way. And Yah gonna clear out the room for sure. And it ain't gonna be you getting them victories, though Yah gonna use you to get them victories. And though they gonna be thinking, how is this person getting all these victories? It ain't you. They don't understand the battle, do they? What David told Goliath, who the battle belonged to. Yeah. Yah sent you into a confrontation, it's for Yah. It was Yah's battle. Yah wanted to take who out? Goliath. Yeah. Because Goliath was this or what? Because he should have never been working for what? That family should. So Yah got it, didn't he? Everyone who turned that was mighty gonna fall by the hands of a righteous person. They just don't know it. They just don't know it. That's what it means. All the battles are already set. So he said, so not many of those other statuses will be called to the battle, to the army or to the battle. My friends, the battles has already been taking place. We just don't be knowing it. But 7:27, for Yah has chosen the foolish things of the world to now what? Confound the what? To wise. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are what? Mighty. So Yah will use the smallest of the one in the room to go after the big giant. Yeah. And to defeat the, not go after him, he still got to wait. No. That giant going to fall. They just need you to be faithful and not fear. Because remember, you're going against what type of people? Giants. So, of course, they're going to look big in stature, But Yah has already delivered them into your what? Your hands. Or they wouldn't have been there. Or they wouldn't have been there. Yah don't miss. I ain't never heard Yah one time say, oops. Oops. I hit the wrong one. I ain't never heard Yah say that. Yeah, none of that. No, oops, I did it again. No, I ain't never heard Yah. He said his word come out and it don't come back what? Void. So everybody he intended to get, he gonna what? He gonna get. Mm-hmm. All right. We almost done now. Thank y'all for bearing with me. Let me see. Now, another thing you should never do. Woe unto these families now. What about the families, though? Because, you know, you see the fate of Goliath. He said they're going to tear down all these mighty ones because they have already employed themselves to these families, right? So now what about these families, though, who've been using these folks for these mighty ones for their battles, right? Go to Habakkuk 2. Because we got to get them, too. They don't walk away out of this free and say, well, at least they got another one bites the dust, so we can go home, y'all. Look at this, how he want to approach it. Three. So Habakkuk 2, verse 3, starting from there. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, see? But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Talking about the appointed time is those days of battle. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. Behold, his soul, talking about the household, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. But the just shall live by his what? Faith. See, the just shall live by faith, meaning being obedient. Yeah, also, because he transgressive by mind, he is a proud man, neither keep at what? Home, see? This one also is a what? A wanderer, see? Who enlarges his desire as what? Hell. Somebody, yeah, he lustful. And he is as what? Death. And cannot be what? Satisfied. But gather unto him all nations and heap unto himself all people. Talking about what? The mighty ones. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, saying, woe to him that it increaseth that which is not what? His. And how long to him that laid himself with thick clay? Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booty unto them? Treasure. Because you have spoiled many nations, all the remnants of the people shall what? Spoil you. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and of the city and of all that dwell therein. So woe unto him that covet the evil covetousness to his house. See? Woe unto one who will covet after mighty ones and get them to come to his what? House. He's telling you now. That he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of what? Evil. So he gonna want to try to be delivered from his day of what? Death. He know his day is coming, so he's trying to be delivered from it. So he says, well, if I bring these people in my house, I'm gonna, you know, when that battle comes, I'm just gonna throw them out there. Get on out there and fight. Goliath, get out there and fight for me. And thou hast consulted shame to your house by cutting off many people and hast sinned against your own what? So, for the stone shall cry out of the wall. See, those that are in your house, like that whole stone you thought in your house, shall cry out. Meaning that's that mighty one that you think you have in your house. They're going to do what? Cry out. And the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe unto him that builded a town with blood and established a city by what? Iniquity. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in this very fire. And the people shall themselves for this very vanity. But for the earth shall be filled with this knowledge of the glory of Yah, as the waters will cover unto the sea. Now, as you can see, this person who has done such a thing that has brought people in their house to try to escape. Remember, that's the fugitive. He's trying to escape that day of what? Judgment. He don't want it. He's like, I need to do something. So I'm going to go what? Wandering, looking for what? Power. A powerful one that he can bring under his house. And hopefully they can fight his battles. So they be needing the mighty ones to fight their what? Against who?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it means. The day to deliver him from the day of evil. You know he has done evil, and you know that day he's supposed to pay for it. So he's trying to use another person to throw in exchange to have to pay for his soul. But y'all say, I don't desire what? Sacrifice. You ain't gonna sacrifice them for your what? Soul. So this reminds me. Like y'all says this right here. Let me see. That's why y'all always used to tell you, how much can you pay for a soul? Matthew 16:21. Go down to 26 of me. Look at this. Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profit if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own what? Soul. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You see that? That's what he's saying. These are mighty men he's talking to. Because the question they're going to want to ask you is how much is your soul worth? Right? See, to join them, that person or that evil family, they're going to ask you how much. How much? Right? How much? How much to betray Israel? Meaning how, but you really, they're asking you the price is how much is your soul what? Worth. But the precious soul, the mighty person should never sell their soul over to the devil. Because how much can you pay for a soul? He's telling you there is no amount. Why? Because you was really, if you understood, you was so much powerful than those people who offered it to you. You should have realized that they didn't have, if they would have gave you everything in their house, they still could not afford you. They couldn't have had afforded you. And you played yourself. That's why he tells you that. So how much you willing to sell your soul to turn against Israel and not understand it's for your soul? Like he said, the man, it's for your life. They're going to get you what? Killed. But how much you willing to offer your life for? That's how you know. How much did they try to offer for Yahushua's life? Anybody remember that number?
7.
More. 30 pieces of what?
Silver.
Not
even gold. Silver.
The price of his life. Now, silver is funny to me because in the army, silver is different. Silver actually is worth more than gold in the army. Did you know that? Because they actually use it according to ranks. Now, if you are given the silver, if you have been given the silver rank, what rank is that in the army? Because they're actually telling you, that's what he said Yahushua's life was worth. He was actually the highest rank. 30 pieces of silver means that he is the captain. Because captains wear silver. He's the captain of the army of who? Yeah. So that's what his life is worth, telling you how much he really is worth. He's the captain of the armies of what? Yah. The chief commander of the armies of Yah. Wade. Yeah. So, That's why he says, yeah. Why would you trade that, right? No. See, the devil knew. That's why the devil gave him that amount. Telling him who. That's why he didn't take it, because when he showed him how much he's worth, he knew right then, oh, this is who I am. No deal. I'm a captain. I'm a chief captain of the armies of Yah. No. Why would I trade that in to join your army where you gonna treat me like what? A little step soldier, a foot soldier. You see what I'm talking about? That's why you don't join your armies of the enemy, because they're gonna put you in how much the lowest what? Of course, you know it. Put you on the front line, hope you get towed down. Yeah. So yeah. With that, you can't trade anything for your soul. So always understand that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now, last but not least, they like to boast and say, yeah. When you die before the mighty ones, which Yah is going to get you, go to Ezekiel 28, 1 through 19. Because, the devil, his little family think that if we get them on our team, if we get all these giants on our team, we get all these mighty ones on our team, then we're going to surely win the victory, right? With Yah. Right? So this is how they think. But let me tell you who team you're fighting for. Team who?
Yahushua.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Go down to 20, Ezekiel 28, starting at 6. He said, therefore, thus says the Lord Yah, because you have set your heart as the heart of God, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon you, the terrible of the nations. And they shall draw their sword against the beauty of your wisdom, and they shall defile your brightness. And they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Who got slain in the midst of the seas? The giants. Will thou yet say, but this is what y'all gonna tell you to these rich families who have used the mighty ones. But when the mighty ones get their day, this is what's gonna happen to the devil and his families. Listen. What will you say this day? 9. Will thou yet say before him that slayeth you, I am God? But that day you shall be what? Read it again. Will thou yet say before him that slaying you, I am a God? What you gonna boast? Like you gonna boast to this one and still call yourself a what? When you in front of somebody getting ready to slay you? But that day you shall be what? A man and no God. In the hand of him that is what? Slaying you. The same way David said Goliath, right? Oh, you think you something, huh? But today you gonna die. Thou shalt die the death of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken, it says Yah. So as you already see, when the mighty do get you with a righteous, he's talking about when they get you, you're not going to have no power or strength against them that day. Because Yah will weaken you that day for that battle in order for that righteous to get you. That's why I said the battles are Yah's. Yah set it all up in order to get who we going to get. So all your strength, all your pre-preparation, all your pre-planning, guess what? And that day it's going to count for what? Nothing. It's telling you, it's going to count for nothing because all the battles are already set. Every battle you're going to ever go through. Yahushua gave you the mystery of it. Watch it said. And this is the last. Go to John 16.
John 16.
And 33. So these things I have spoken to you. This is who should give you his last words. He said, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have what? Peace. Right? Because in the world you shall have what? Tribulations. But let me tell you what that word means. In this world you shall have battles. But be of good cheer. I have what? I have beat them all. That's what he's telling you. He has beat them all. So if Yahushua has beat them all, then you will what? You will beat them all. You was going to beat them all. That's how David expressed it when he come to find out. He said, when the Yah is with me, I will destroy them all. Shall not one stand before me when Yah is what? With you. That's why Yah always tell you, vengeance is what? Mine. The battle is Yah's. Now we tell you, be of good peace, be of good courage. All these battles are already what? And won. That's what he said. The battle is already won. Yah already has given the victory to whom we're going to get a victory to. You just have to participate. I know that's scary, sounds scary, but you're going to have to participate. You know, matter of fact, I ain't going to say you have to because you're going to be in it anyway. That's how Yah set it up. That's what he said. In the world you shall have what? Tribulations. Meaning you're going to be in the battle. Whether you like it or not. Because ain't that how battles take place? You never see it what? You never see it coming anyway. Yah meaning Yah has already reserved you for that battle. But you're going to work your way up. Don't get it twisted. He ain't going to just throw the biggest thing at you at first. He's going to give you a little better victory here, then a victory there, then a smaller victory here, then now your victories start getting bigger and what? Bigger and bigger and bigger. So therefore, when them big victories start kicking in, you're going to really start seeing something. But it's all set. Everybody you're going to battle in life, Yah has already created them. And yes, Yah going to put them around you. And you ain't going to know until that time when it comes. And then you're going to realize that you are now engaged into a mighty battle. And everybody in the room, they're like, who going to win? Who going to win? But it's already set who going to what? Win. Yeah. But Yah knows. Yah knows. These battles are already set. Right? So that's what vengeance of Yah. We said, don't worry, vengeance belongs to who? Yeah, meaning the battle belongs to who? Yah always has. Always has. You just have to stick with Yah, and then you already know who's going to get the what? The victory. Yah is undefeated. But if you never turn your back on Yah, then you will be what? Defeated. And he's going to come to you like a thief in a what? Right. Exactly. I mean, you got defeated. Because you didn't see it what? Coming. That's what thief in the night mean. I mean, you didn't see this battle coming, did you? But every time, right before Yah knows you're going to go in the battle, that spirit going to come on you, and you're going to be ready for it. And you're going to be like, oh, here you go. Trust me. I tell you, trust me. That's how it comes, because you're going to be like, oh, we're going to have a good day today. Get ready. And that's the spirit, and I already knew what time it was. Like, get ready. Here we go. Today will be that day. We're going to be very exciting today. This means the spirit is there.
It's funny because he does that. Like, you go into battle, but then once you go into battle, he already tells you better get the victory.
Yeah, he tells you that you're about to get the victory. This one gonna be a fun one. This one gonna be a barn burner. Yeah, you're gonna be already. He's gonna let you know because you're gonna get filled with joy for some reason. For a lot of times for me, right before any time I go into it, like a whole joy will just come over me. Like, you know what I'm saying? A spirit will come, and it just be ready. It's like, okay, it's ready to go. It's like, I'm just waiting on the contestant. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be today? It's like it's ready. I already know. So here we go. We're going. This is gonna be the day. And but you don't know. But Yah has already delivered those battles unto you. Because Yah, this is the thing. Yah ain't gonna do it without you. Because that's the thing. It's not that y'all can't. Because people used to tell me all the time, why do y'all don't just do away with all of it right now? Just get rid of everything. Yeah, y'all could at any given time. Bodies could just hit the flow. But this is the question you got to ask yourself. What do you get out of that? What satisfaction did you get watching all those bodies hit the floor when you didn't have nothing to do with it? What do you get out of that? Huh? Nothing, do you? Right. So you realize your satisfaction is because you were involved. When they hit the flow, this time you say, well, that was, you looking at your hand. All right, that was me. Right? That was me right there. Yeah, that's how you gonna feel when it actually happens. Like, oh, that was me right there. But before it's ever you, you just looking at somebody else doing all the body dropping. Right, you don't get nothing out of that, do you? Right, but it's like reading or seeing an Avenger movie or something. And you see everybody else doing all this stuff, and and you just looking at everybody else getting all the action and the punches and the kicks in, and you just looking at them doing stuff, and now you get up like, oh yeah, but you just swinging it up. Ain't nothing there. See what I'm saying? But you didn't win nothing that day, right? But imagine once you get your first victory. And then how much awe you will be that, dang, y'all gave me a victory. Then you will finally be satisfied, they say. Because this was fulfilling. Now I feel full because, wow, I didn't know I could do that, right? And that's how you will have that fulfilling moment, that promising moment that Yah says, I told you I was going to never leave you nor forsake you. And you, I know you're of good cheer because you just got the what? The victory. So now you're feeling good or what? About yourself. And the confidence is starting to what? To build up. But Yah ain't going to do it without you because it gives you, that's what I mean, it gives you nothing, meaning it gives you no confidence. And that's not how Yah wants to leave you. Saying, well, yeah, because Yah can anytime just tear it all down. That's not the issue. The goal is what are you are learning here, not Yah. Right? Yeah, y'all know everything and got everything under control. But that don't help you outdo it. Who's supposed to become a son and daughter of Yah does it. So the goal is your growth. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not just quickly done and over with by now. Because remember, it could be done and over with yesterday. But I would ask you, where is your growth mentally and spiritually right now? Can you say you there yet? Can you say you have mastered it yet? So why would y'all end it too early? It does nothing for you. See, and it's one thing to say I heard somebody, won, but it's another thing to say, yeah, I won. It's two different things. Because when you say, yeah, I heard somebody won, right? They only gonna tell you their experience. Well, I wouldn't. It's like love. Love is something that cannot be expressed in words. Love is something you have to what? Experience. You notice that? There's some things you just have to experience. Those things can't be taught to you in just words. So I just can't tell you, well, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. Like your first marriage, you're going to see what I'm talking about. When you first get married, you're going to realize it's one thing for us to talk about it, but it's another thing for you to be in it. It's the experience. Yes, that's what Yah need you to have. The experience of it. Like, I've been there, I've done it, I actually participated. That's what Yah wants. It's one thing to hear about Yahushua and all his victories, right? It's another thing to hear about David and all his victories, right? Where are yours? Man, that's when the bottom lip comes out. You see, because I ain't got no victories to talk about. But that ain't how Yah gonna leave you, I promise you. You're gonna have tales to tell too. Oh, look. Last point. Yah is not in the business of leaving you not legendary. When you leave here, your name gonna ring some bells. When you leave here, you gonna be legendary. That's what Yah wants. Trust me, you ain't leaving here until your name in the book of that we can read for your children, read back and say, man, when I seen Bean, the legendary stories. Yes, well, you gotta have legendary stories in the book. Right, you see, Abraham I know, yeah. Isaac I know. They had legendary what? Stories to tell, didn't they? So that's the whole point of the book. Yo, you gotta have yours in there too. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. If your name ain't in the book too, with your legendary stories, then how can you stand with them who got legendary what? Stories. Because I can get up there and I'm just listening to everybody else doing. I'm like this, like a little kid in the room with all the number of adults. I'm just looking at everybody talking about, I did this and I did that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I did that and didn't do. Oh, yeah, I remember when I had that. I remember when I did this. And you just looking at everybody. Say, I wish bottom lip comes out again. I ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm here though. That ain't how you go. Trust me. That is not how you going out. You going out this thing, what? Legendary. You will be infamous. You will be well known. Let's call it renowned. That you're gonna be well known. That's how Yah does it. That's how Yah does it. Trust me. They're gonna remember your name. They will. So now you have to understand with that does come the responsibility. You know, Yah gonna take care of all those battles for you. Right? Don't try to get ahead of Yah. Because that's another thing. I don't never try to get ahead of Yah and try to always jump out there like you ready. No, let the battle what? Come to you. It's always that's how that battles work. You know, you can't remember it's Yah who sets the what. So remember that. That's the most important thing you can remember what David told Goliath that day. You come to me with sticks, swords, stones, and spears, arrows, and bows. But I just come to you in the name of Yah. For Yah. For vengeance is who? Yah. This is Yah's battle. And Yah has just decided for me to kick your butt today. That's it. That's what it is. Right? And then you just charge at him. Right? It's over. So yeah, but that's what it is. Yah has the victory. The battle is Yah's. It's not for you to try to pre-plan it, pre-prepare it. That's why Yah said whenever the Spirit comes, he said it's going to take you before people and you're going to have to speak Yah's word. He always tells you, never premeditate what you're going to what? Say or do. Exactly. Just let the Spirit what? Let the Spirit take over. Trust me. The Spirit going to get you them battles. And they're going to get you them victories. And they're going to start piling up. Then you're going to start rejoicing like, man. You're going to look back later and going to think about all the times you have won. But remember, and then you're going to remember the times when you wasn't winning. You're going to realize why you wasn't winning. Because you didn't have who, what? You didn't have Yah in those battles. So now you understand how to fight. Don't never go to fight without who? You better not. Because you're going to lose that day. For sure. But you got Yah. Yah going to take care of all those battles. Because Yah wants those battles. And there's Yah who set up that battle. Right? Because this is the key thing you have to remember. And Yah said it earlier. It's not really you they're mad at, is it? But who they really mad at? They mad at Yah. That's in you. Because you stand in your ground and they didn't, did they? So because of that, they are upset with, it's not you. It's actually Yah. And that's why Yah wants that battle. That's why Yah wants it. Because he got to punish everybody who ever turned what? Against Yah. He's gonna get every last one of them. Right? And so with that, that will conclude our family day. Vengeance is who?
Yeah.
Yes. And the battle is who? Yes. All right. So let's pray.